Good morning to all. Last days we were doing different stories from the storybook. Three stories we have done. The chief's settled speech, an angel in disguise, a horse and two goats. I hope that you all went through the story and understood it as it is, as they are very long stories, except one. It would not be very easy for you to follow line by line reading. So, I have given detailed description of the story in detail. The recorded video already sent it to you. Those who have not attended the online class, go through the videos and try to understand it. Today we are going to start the poem left there, the cold within. The cold within poem is written by James Patrick Kinney is an American poet who wrote his poem in the year 1960. Although it was first rejected as being too controversial, it gained popularity rapidly after it had been read out at a council meeting of all religions. The poem criticized the general behavior of the people. Some people very selfish, and the selfishness of the people may make lot of damage in others' life as well as his or her own life. That is the theme of the poem. Some reference of religion is given there in the poem. So, in the beginning, the general public believe that this poem is a controversial one. Later on, it is accepted, and the broad way of thinking of the religious leaders encourage the readers to read this poem. The poem describes the tragic death of a group of 6 people who stand around a fire, each holding on allowing their selfishness, prejudice, malice, and suspicious to dictate their action. Means each and every person in our society is prejudiced, selfish, then wrong way of thinking, and suspicious about other people. So their step may make lot of distractions in the society. Ultimately, the same people will also suffer. In this poem, in the beginning of the poem, we come to know that it was the day, severe winter. It was severe winter. All the area covered by fog and snowfall. Nobody was able to survive without proper protection. A group of 6 people, they belong to different category, different religion, and different occupations. Means nobody is similar to each other. All are different. So they are searching for a hot place to survive. Somewhere if fire burn or if possible to burn fire somewhere like that, they are searching for. After a long search, they came to such a place, a particular place where little bit fire. That fire was almost going to finish, means the fuel is almost over. Till that time they reached there. They needed fuel to burn the fire again. And they have to take the decision soon. All of them had a wooden walking stick with them. If they put the walking stick one by one into the fire, it may continue burning and all of them may get warmth and they can protect themselves from the severe cold. They are not able to go away from there because nobody knows the way, because it was not only winter and foggy winter day, but also snowfall all around. It was night, and when the sunlight comes, then only they may be able to identify where they are and how they can move forward. Totally trapped, they are totally trapped. But nobody was ready to put their stick into the fire to continue the burning of the fire. Each one think that the other men may put their stick and till the end, if it is necessary, I may put my stick. So nobody come forward to put his stick, walking stick into the fire to burn, to continue burning the fire. And till the end, all of the members of the group suffered. All of them lost their life. All of them died there. It is the particular incident described here. The incident we are going to read once. Before that, take page number 10 and read the introduction of the poem, then we may continue. Come to the first stanza. 6 humans trapped by happenings in bleak and bitter cold. 6 people, different categories of 6 people, were trapped. By chance, they were trapped in bleak and bitter cold. It was severe winter and snowfall everywhere, and a group of 6 people. They were not gathered by organizing something. By chance, they come together. Each one possesses a stick of wood. They have possessed, each one covered a long distance. For their easy walking, they kept a stick with them, a wooden stick kept with them or so the story is told. When the incident began, this was the situation. It was severe winter. 6 people gathered together. The gathering was not well organized. By chance, it happened, and all of them carry a walking stick with them. It was made of wood. Wooden walking stick was there. Their dying fire in need of logs. When they were searching for a safe place, a hot place to warm themselves, they found out a particular place. Their little fire was there, and the last moment of burning it was, and they reached there. Maybe some other group of people may gathered there, and they might have burned the fire and left the fire there. That may be. Anyway, a burning fire which is going to end because of the lack of fuel. But the first one held us back, and this fire needs urgently need of firewood. The first person who come to the fireplace is not ready to put his walking stick there. For of the face round the fire, she noticed the first person was a lady. That is why it is clearly given that she noticed one was black. The lady, maybe a white lady, a fair lady. She looked at the other 5 people. One among the 5 people was a black person, and she disliked white, and she believed that black people should not be considered. She has no sympathy, no consideration on the black person. So she feels that if she put her stick into the fire, it may burn, and all the people will be warmed, including the black person. So she is not willing to put the walking stick on the fire. The next man, looking across the way, saw one knot of his church. All the people, mostly it is, as we know, that the writer was an American and he is a Christian. And mostly, Americans mostly are Christians, maybe white or Negroes, black American or white American, whoever, mostly Christian. Means these gathered people all belong to Christianity. But the Christians have 2 groups, Catholics and Protestants. It is not clearly told that the second man is belong to Catholic or Protestant. One of the group he belonged to, and another person in the group is not belong to his church. He belonged to the other group. The next man, looking across the way, saw one that of his church. So one not of his church. The other, when he observed the other 5 people, one of them was not belong to his church, and could not bring himself to give the fire his stick of birch. The stick, all the walking sticks made of birch tree, and that birch tree stick he is not willing to put into the fire because he is not willing to warm. The person belonged to other church. That means his hatred on the person who belonged to other church. The lady who has showed her hatred on black people. The third one sat in tattered clothes. A third person was there. He is a poor man. He does not have proper fine cloth. His cloth was tattered, torn cloth. He gave his coat a hitch because so many holes were there on his coat. So to fill up the holes. Only one possibility was there, to fold the part of the cloth, and he tightened the cloth so that there should not be any air passage through the holes. That means that much poor condition he had. He gave his coat a hitch. Why should his log be put to use? He also has a stick, but he is not willing to put the stick in the fire. Why? Because why should his log be put to use to warm the idle rich? He observed all the other five people, and come to know that one of the men among them is a rich man. He believed that the rich man is his enemy. So the rich man should not be helped. He should not be warmed by using his stick. So he is not willing to hand over his stick. The rich man just sat back and thought. Already it is told that a rich man was there among them. He sat there and he thought very deeply of the wealth he had in store. He thought that I am a very rich man. I had a lot of wealth and I stored in various places, and how to increase it, how to develop it, how to handle it like that. Very serious matters he was thinking about, deeply thinking himself, and how to keep what he had earned, how to save it, how to maintain it, how to protect it. That was his thought. From the lazy, shiftless poor, that means these poor people are lazy people, so they should not be given any help. I have accumulated this much wealth and property because of my hard work, and these poor people are poor because of their laziness, carelessness. So they should not be how to keep what he had earned. So he wanted to keep his wealth away from the poor people. Already they are lazy. If they are helped, their laziness will be more. So they should not be given any help. So he decided that he has to keep the wealth away from them. Till that page, end of that page, page number 11. Read it once. All of you read it once, then we will continue. Come back to the next page. The black man's face bespoke revenge. Already we know that a black man also was there among the group of people, and he is very angry at the white man. White man, as the fire passed from his sight, when the fire was going to end, burning is going to end, for all he saw in his stick of wood was a chance to spit the white. It is the best opportunity for him to do his revenge on white people. All the five people are white people, so he is the only black man. He feels that he is not ready to put the walking stick on the fire to burn it, and it is the best opportunity for him to do his revenge. The last man of the forlorn group, underline there. Forlorn group means isolated group of people. It is the figure of speech oxymoron. It is the figure of speech of oxymoron, means opposite word is used there. Forlorn group, lonely group, did not accept for gain. Then the last man is waiting for. He thinks that I should not be the first man to put the stick on the fire. because all the other people also having stick, and they may put their stick one by one, and till the fifth man, the night will be over, and early morning we can go from there. He may be able to save the stick. He can go with the stick, and others stick can be used to warm them. Giving only to those who gave was how he played the game. He is waiting for others to put the stick. He has no revenge. He has only selfish motive. He feels that I will make use of other stick and I will save my stick. If it is necessary, in the end, I may put my stick. Like that selfish attitude he has, so he is not willing to put his stick. Their loves held tight in that still hand. Like that, the time pass on. Nobody was ready to put their stick after some time. The fire went off. There was no fire there, so they were in the severe cold. They were not able to save themselves. Their loves held tight in death's still hand was proof of human sin. It was the sign of human sin, means all of them are either revengeful or selfish. So their sin in their mind, an internal sin, killed them. They did not die from the cold within. Really, their death is not because of the cold outside. It was because of the cold inside. Because cold inside means the sin inside. If they did not have the habit of keeping their sin inside, they would have the chance to escape. They died from the cold within. So the title of the poem, The Cold Within, is very much appropriate for the poem. And that's all the poem. All of you should read it. Make a summary of the poem and do the workbook. And next day onwards, we will do the revision work. The first revision work we will do from the first story, and you have to read it and make the doubts clear. Next class day, it will be the first story, means the chief settle speech will be revised. So that's all today's class. Bye.